Aloha, everyone. This is Russell Kealoha from the Guys with Issues podcast. Now, before we start the show, I want to tell you about Anchor. It's the easiest way to create a podcast. Anchor is what we use for our show, and let me tell you why. First, it's free. We love free, right? Right. Anchor also has tools that can help you record and edit your podcast right from your computer or your phone. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. There's no need to submit your podcast to each and every other podcast place. Your show can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Stitcher, and many more. You can make money from your show with no minimum listenership either. Anchor is everything you need to create, distribute, and monetize your podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm right now to get started.
Or the licking.
Throw some water on it. Make it a wet ass pussy.
Before you guys start getting into that, let me get my drink. Go on, chat.
I would never throw water on a cat. That motherfucker would kill me.
Num, 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 num. Set the tempo. You know that, right? So it's on, baby. It's finna be on. Like neck bone, sucker. Get a mop and a bucket and a... It's funny, I didn't know the name of the song. I didn't know. I thought WAP. And I saw WAP. I was like, man, that's offensive. But I did not know what WAP stood for. And then after I heard the song, I was like, oh.
Even if that wasn't what it stood for, the WAP that you're thinking of that's offensive, I believe is actually WOP.
Yeah, you're right. But then when people were saying it and then I saw the title, I was like, oh.
Yeah, when people were saying it, I did not connect that to the actual wet ass pussy thing. Like I was just like two completely different songs people are talking about.
Yeah, it wasn't until I saw the video, then I was like, oh. Because if not, I wouldn't have listened to the song.
For me, it was Ben Shapiro reading the words.
That's the first time I heard of the song.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you shared that link, and I was like, then I went and YouTube the song, and then I was like, oh, I get it now.
I had actually heard the song like I think a few times before that, but in my brain it was just like, yeah, I don't care about this. I don't care about this.
Yeah, I don't really care.
The fuck I care about strip club music when I can't go to a strip club.
Yeah.
Should I be using Wi-Fi or should I be using WAP?
Hey-oh.
Get a bucket and a mop for that wireless access protocol.
Yes. There's nothing better than a slippery wireless access protocol. The nerds in nerd school is going to get a funny one tomorrow.
Did you guys hear they renamed Bing?
Really? What are they going to call it?
Microsoft Bing.
Oh, makes sense. I thought it was going to be Chandler Bing.
I'm sure that people are going to get way more excited about that. Hey, you need to find something out? Why don't you Microsoft Bing it?
It'll be like up there with, I just Googled it. I said, oh, no, I just Microsoft Binged it.
I think they were trying to make a verb out of it, and it just, it's like fetch. It just wasn't going to happen.
Binging.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Microsoft Bing.
Stop trying to make Microsoft Bing happen.
The more you say it, the better it gets.
Okay, it's not working. Fuck this. We're gonna
Microsoft Bing.
I was talking to this girl, and she was all over me. And next thing you know, Microsoft Bing.
I can just imagine the Rock in an ad. Just Bing it.
Bada boom, Microsoft Bing.
Yeah, they need to rebrand that. And not by adding Microsoft in front of it.
Oh, MS Bing.
I remember when they tried to make it a verb, and then they used it in Hawaii 5.0 because that's when they started using the Microsoft phones.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Oh, I just have to Bing it." I'm like, I
thought they were saying ping.
Oh, they're saying Bing.
No, they were saying Bing because
No, I believe
that's
you.
who they got money from.
I believe you. I just thought that's what they were saying because I didn't know anything about it, and I thought I was hearing them saying ping. I was like, oh, is that a thing now? I know we should say ping.
Is this
And then you
episode
went to
9 or
computer
10?
school.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I
episode
believe this
10.
is 10.
Well, I remember I had to take away the notes because I had
Looks
to
like we're
reboot
live.
on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
I
Are we
guess-
dancing?
Oh,
Are we dancing?
maybe you can post on Facebook the link to the YouTube channel and tell people subscribe. Bing. Microsoft Bing.
And if you don't know where to find it, you can Microsoft Bing it.
Oh, it's already been bung. I'm sorry, Microsoft bung.
Oh, that is seriously not a great verb.
It's gonna happen, man. The NFL is gonna be gonna use it, and everybody else is gonna be jumping on it. He's passing. He looked down. He's checking his reads. He went Microsoft Bing, Bing, boom, and he got him.
I feel like if anything, it's going to be more like when someone gets sacked. Oh, Microsoft Bing!
It's better they look at the injury, Alex Smith's injury. Oh, Microsoft Bing. Too soon. We gotta wait 2 years before the Joe Theismann rule.
I mean, he's starting. I mean, he's a second stringer now.
Taking snaps, they said, right? This is you guys saying that?
He's a second stringer.
Yes, he has to be ready to go in game just in case. They like fully set, what's his name?
Haskins.
Yeah, Haskins. Now, before we say anything else, I just want to say yippee-ki-yay, Microsoft Bing.
It's gonna become
We're
a
also
thing.
looking for sponsors.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'll be more than happy to say, and we use Microsoft Bing. Ding.
I'm a Microsoft Bing guy.
Yeah, I would replace all my vocabulary. Like no more dictionary, no more Google, no more search. The word search. I'll just say, why don't you Microsoft Bing it? But I think I want to make it cool. Like maybe I can work on their marketing team. Let's MS Bing. That closer to like motherfucking Bing. Like
I don't know.
hey,
That sounds,
MS Bing.
that sounds like MS-13, man.
Oh, well, I don't want to get confused with those guys.
No.
No, please, respect to that team. Respect, 100%. So enough talk about them because I don't want to get bing, bing.
Are you saying you don't want to debate about it?
Well, I do love a good debate, but perhaps a different topic. Maybe something like Vice Bing. Something on Vice Ping don't work. Vice Presidency.
Vice President Mike Bing?
Oh,
Ooh.
former Vice President Mike Ping.
I mean, that'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice.
We're not there yet, but it would be nice.
It would be nice.
If I could be a fly on the wall for that.
Why on the wall? Why not get closer, Fly Russell?
I don't want to get in anybody's hair, you know?
Man, you hit it right on the head.
I'm not going to make any fly jokes.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I think the people listening probably would rather have that because it was pretty corny. But if I
Also-
could do one more, I would, if I see him, I would sing him a song about little Peter Rabbit who had a flea upon his nose. A flea upon his nose. A flea upon his nose. Little Peter Rabbit had a flea upon his nose, and he flipped it, and he flopped it, and it flew away.
Mr. Money, I'm afraid we're out of time.
If I
Mike?
could finish,
Can we move, Mr. Money?
if I could finish,
Mr. Money, please.
if I could finish, if you electrocute a person in the butt, they will no longer be homosexual. It worked for me. Bing.
It's not just dead emotion. It's like a literal dead eyeball. Like it looked like a corpse's eye was in his face today.
Yeah, he had that Terminator eye. You know,
this is why the fly landed on him. He was like, "Oh, I smell corpse. I smell something dead over here. Oh, no brain either." It seems to me like the debate when we were thinking about like Trump is always interrupting. It's probably not even just it wasn't a Trump thing. It seems like it was the team thing because although he didn't like Pence didn't interrupt like Trump did, he just never stopped talking. It's like just let's disrupt. Yeah. Well, yeah, but let's just disrupt it. Yeah. Just disruption was their plan, and I'm glad Kamala was just like she's laughing it off. It was funny to her. I thought she looked cool.
Yeah, I thought she was on it, and she definitely didn't go to that point where certain people might be watching, and then they're like, oh, there's just something about her attitude that I don't care for. Whether it's people that don't like a woman that's that strident, or whether it's people that don't like a black person to be so confident. She has to be wary of both. Yeah, and I thought that she rode that line very well tonight.
I stopped watching after a while because my son asked me to go hang out with him. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'll go hang out with you. Better than watching these bozos. But
someone made a good choice, and that someone wasn't me. I watched all the way to the end, like an asshole.
I would say like the first at least 5 questions that was given to Pence was like non-answers. He did not answer the questions. He just went
Sometimes he would go back to the question that he didn't answer, and he's like, I would like to talk about that. And then he would proceed to still talk about something different.
It was to me, I thought it was like another, like how Trump, he would just interrupt and then go off on tangents. But Pence's one was, I'm gonna talk about nonsense for the first. You have 2 minutes, so I have a minute of, thank you for the question. It's great to be here. And then you like 30 seconds of when he's gonna talk about the question, and like then Susan's like, thank you. Out of time.
And he would always run out of time. That's the thing. And then it's like, he doesn't manage his time well.
I don't think that he's used to having to manage his time well. In fact, I don't think he's used to women interrupting him.
Except Mother. And also, Kamala's she's a litigator, right? So that's her job.
Yeah, wasn't she a prosecutor?
Yeah, Attorney General.
That's why she was throwing her credits out there. Like,
don't talk to me about this shit.
Yeah.
Like it was the times where she actually did speak up and get just enough attitude. I was just like, oh, I want you to fucking ream him.
Like if we were if this was on HBO, I could see her going, look, bitch.
Every time she was taking notes, I automatically assumed that she was just writing this bitch.
This motherfucker right
She's getting it out, but on paper.
Yeah.
So if somebody finds those notes, they're gonna see this motherfucker trying to talk to me about some bullshit. They better ask somebody. I'm Kamala Harris. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Guys with Issues, episode 10. 10. Episode decade. in the making. No. But anyways, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. My name is James Monte. As always, I am with Russell Kealoha
Hello, everybody.
and Chad Wago.
Hey,
That's a lot of builds up for the what the hell, not the Hello Kitty, but the good luck cat. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are excited. We have a lot of energy. First, I would like to give a shout out, if that's all right with you guys.
Of course.
Give a shout out to our good friends at 939.
Hawaii's Premier Gentlemen's Club?
Yes, because they're going to make a change starting October 14th. October 14th, they're not going to be Club 939.
Hawaii's Premier Gentlemen's Club.
They are going to be Restaurant 939.
Hawaii's Premier Gentlemen's Restaurant?
Boom, I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Ladies and gentlemen, you can go to 939 Ke'eaumoku in Honolulu, Hawaii, in the
Across the street from Domino's.
yeah, I was gonna say the heart of the Ke'eaumoku, because it's in the middle, right? Right. So in the heart of Ke'eaumoku Street, near the corner of King. But they're gonna have steak and legs. How does that sound? Steak and legs. I don't know what legs, but when I think
I
of
was going to ask you.
939,
What kind of
I don't know if it's chicken legs, but
Like legs like the pantyhose?
that's what I'm thinking of. Like, you say pantyhose?
Yeah. Because
Okay,
isn't leg with 2 G's the brand name of the pantyhose?
oh, that's old school, right?
Yeah.
The eggshell, right?
Mhm.
Man, and they only had one color, I think. So everybody had brown hosieries. Hosieries, HOrona Virus, COVID. Man, it's all over. Microsoft Bing that, ladies and gentlemen. HOrona Virus. Let's get back on our shout out to Restaurant 939.
Hawaii's Premier Gentlemen's Restaurant.
Boom. So go ahead and check it out. You can also follow them on Instagram at club.939. All right. Cool. So a lot of changes happening because of the pandemic, because of the shutdown. Because of the shutdown. Yep. So unfortunately, a lot of businesses that are closing down, and they're staying for good. Some they're trying to struggle to stay afloat, but we've been shut down for so long. Bars and clubs are taking a giant hit, and
Especially because they're not going to be allowed to open until we get to Tier 4, which is months away at best, assuming that we never backslide.
yeah, and you never know when that backslide can happen, because shoot, something that grows exponentially can all of a sudden 1 week where it just blows up. So we want to give a shout out to Anna O'Brien's. Jose Dynamite. You can find him on Facebook or Instagram. Does Comedy U. He was doing it with Patrick Terrell for a while, but they were holding up the stand-up comedy scene here in Honolulu, on Oahu, and they're doing a great job. A lot of new comics came out, and he's giving them places to perform. It's not just at Anna O'Brien's, but they do other places. But the reason we're giving a shout out to Anna O'Brien's is because they are closing down. They won't be serving drinks there anymore. They won't be doing any comedy shows there. It's sad because they were doing comedy there every Wednesdays for like maybe 3 years.
No, I think it was longer than that. Because if you remember, when we started Mars Comedy Club, which was, what was that, like 5 years ago?
Probably.
It was a long time ago. When we started there, we started literally 1 week before they did.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But if you're worried about the comedy, you can go follow Jose Dynamite on Facebook.
Comedy U is still around.
Yeah.
It's now at Hawaiian Brian's on Wednesdays.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But this shot, which we're going to have, this shot is for you, Anna O'Brien's. You will be missed. Thank you for...
You will be missed.
Thank you for servicing the public in the Mo'ili'ili and University area for many years. We love you. Goodbye.
And your cheesy commercials will be missed as well.
I'm sure Jose will make some more. It's only Anna O'Brien's and Irish Rose that are closing. O'Toole's and Kelly's, I believe, are going to stay open because all four of those are the same owner.
Right. You okay, James?
Went down the wrong tube.
It's very
So,
strong.
yeah, when we were talking, I had poured a shot, and we were still talking pre-show. I had poured some more, so that was probably like maybe a little more than a double. And I was like, as halfway through, I was like, "This is now too much."
But I have gone too far.
Yeah, I've
That's
committed.
the point of no return.
Yeah, I mean, it's still delicious. It doesn't taste bitter. I love this scotch, but I poured too much. So
I love scotch. Scotch.
Num.
Maybe you should have just taken a sip.
Ugh, I guess that chills. Yeah. Well, I was thinking that too, but I was like, wait a minute. I said a shot, so I took shots, like Brian shots. Oh, it hit the stomach right now.
Yeah.
It's like I know the shape of my stomach by the sensation that I'm feeling as it starts going. It's like the Pepto-Bismol commercial where it starts coating your whole stomach, and it's like, oh, I feel that. I feel that right there.
You can feel that warmth inside your tummy, and you're just like, oh, everything's starting to feel good as your brain slowly just turns the lights off.
Yeah. Good night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I guess I'm not needed here anymore.
Bye-bye.
You got it from here, alcohol.
Here's looking at you through the bottles, kid. Bing. Oh, look at that. Bing. That's gonna be my new thing. That's gonna be my new thing. Bing. Whoa, whoa, Nelly. So,
Goodbye, brain.
It's rolling back into my medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata.
You let me know how the night went, brain. Good night.
How is your mama today, Bobby?
People always wonder, like, how people communicated before memes. This was what we did before memes. We would just quote comedies at each other.
There you go. My gird.
So, moving on.
Oh,
Moving right along.
We had to say that sad goodbye to Anne O'Brien's just now because of the pandemic and shutdowns. We are starting to open a few more things up. And one of the things that we are planning on reopening, I believe next week, like I think the 14th, they were planning on reopening travel.
Yep.
That is correct. The 14. But not everybody's on board with that. With what
The testing.
Well, what the governor wants.
Hmm.
The mayors aren't on board. You know, the what are the capos? Is that what do you call them?
Ooh.
In the
mayors? Yeah.
the captains?
Yeah.
The capos?
I think that would be couples. And then the HPD is the
Popos?
the
Yes.
soldiers.
Yes, James, that is what they are.
They're just the muscle.
The muscle, the soldiers, the street soldiers. That's what I meant to say. But I can feel my stomach is rumbling, guys.
Do we need to take a break in the podcasting for you to go and eat some bread or rice or
No.
some kind of carb to soak it up?
No,
There's
the
a
show
big-
goes
there's a-
on.
There's a Big Mac in there that is just boxing with the Scotch right now. Because the Big Mac is Irish, the Scotch is from Scotland, so they're like, "Aye, matey!" It's like pirates fighting. Say, "Gar!" Shiver me timbers, Big Mac. And Big Mac says, bloke. So, yeah, no, I mean, I'm good. I'm just really warm now.
I know the winner. I know the winner is not the brain right now.
the
Brain
punching bag.
called it a night.
Okay, here we go.
So
For
right
real,
now, we're supposed to, reopen the travel.
Mhm.
EGA wants to do pre-travel testing starting on the 15th, which means if you're coming to the islands, you need to, if you do a pre-test 72 hours before you leave,
Yes.
and then you don't need to quarantine. But if you don't do it, then you got to quarantine.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was telling my sister, who may be coming down from the mainland for my dad's funeral, is that 72 hours before you fly down, take a test, have that paper that says you tested negative, so that you don't have to, or when you get here, it's easier for you, to get out of that 14-day quarantine.
right. So, but the mayors on the other islands, specifically Kauai and
Maui.
Hawaii Island,
Oh, Hawaii. Sorry, Hawaii. Kim.
yeah, they want two testing: that pre-travel and a post-travel test. Like when you get here, you test again.
2 times.
Yeah, two time.
Bing, bing, bing.
And the governor is like, "Nah, fam, just one."
I like that
Single
governor.
Bing.
But the mayors are saying that
Bing Bing.
these are this one test requirement is very Oahu centric.
Mm-hmm.
It benefits Oahu more than it would benefit the other islands, because the other islands, they wouldn't have the capacity to, if an outbreak did happen on the other island. That's why they want to test more and be safer, for the people, tourists, and everything.
And my pal Josh Green, Lieutenant Governor, was saying that we are unable to test twice, or we shouldn't test twice, because we need testing for our own people. I mean, the locals, people that live here, residents. Because if we start testing the tourists, then all of a sudden we won't have enough tests for ourselves. So that was one of the points he brought up on his Instagram story, was that we need to have enough tests for home before we start using it for others that come in. So it should be enough for them, to have that 72-hour before they get down here. That should be enough.
Like, I get that for Oahu. I just don't feel that way about the other. I think the other islands are right. They have a lot more to lose if their outbreak hits the other islands, because they won't have the hospital capacity, and they probably wouldn't have the equipment to handle something like went off in Kauai. I don't think that there's that many people, as much as people as there are on Oahu, there are on the other islands. There's a lot less people on the other islands. So why can't we get tests out to those guys?
I can definitely see their point, why they feel like they need the extra protection. I'm not sure what the total testing capacity that we have as a state is, because I think that that's sort of like the thing that balances, like, whether or not LT's right, or whether or not the mayors are right. Because if we do have an extremely limited, like, let's say that we were going for, let's say that we only have 10,000 tests a day. If that's the number that we're at, and we're getting 3,500 tourists in, if we go ahead and say, oh yeah, we're going to double test all the tourists, that's now 7,000 tests. We're using more on tourists than we are on locals.
Well, technically, not really, right? Because they're supposed to take a test before they show up.
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't it be just using one test for them?
No, I think
I don't know who's testing before they show up, if it counts against our totals, or
I don't think so.
They're flying from,
because they're partnering with is it Walgreens, CVS, so that's nationwide, and then so they would test there, and then when they get here, we would test them again. But the way the governor is saying, they would test there 72 hours prior, and that is enough, they can come here and show us that they tested negative 72 hours before they came here.
Right.
And then we can just say, all right, enjoy your stay. Welcome to paradise.
What I'm wondering is about what happened to the resort bubbles, because that was the thing that they were talking about too.
Yep.
Did we just say, "Oh, things are open now"? That plan's stupid. We don't care.
Well, it definitely disappeared. I haven't heard anything about it anymore on Kauai.
Well, yeah, because that was a neighbor island thing. It was not an Oahu thing. And I think it's Oahu doing what Oahu does. It's like, oh, that's nice. That's a very good idea. Thank you for trying, but we're not doing anything your way anyway. So we're gonna do what Oahu do, and we're just gonna say the governor said this.
Yeah.
Oahu gonna do what Oahu wanna do, and the rest of you can follow.
Yeah. Bing.
Oh, that's nice, Kauai. Okay, well, the adults are talking now, so shush. Okay.
Why don't you go back to making your TikTok videos and do your...
Go play with your chickens.
Go play Ulu Micah with your friends.
You know who's doing TikTok videos now? He's running for mayor. Amemiya. Amemiya's jumped onto the TikTok bandwagon.
Really?
And he's making all these dancing videos that are like hard. I mean, they're what you expect from him. So I guess to say it's horrible, it's not.
Are they cringe or are they endearing?
You cringe and then you remember who's doing it and you're like, oh, endearing. So, but the kids are laughing. They're rolling like, oh my God, he's not even doing the right dance. It's like, he's an older man. What did you expect? He's not a teenage girl doing this thing.
I expected someone to act their age, Dad.
Yeah. But yeah, he's jumped on it because it's a way to get out to people. I mean, the mayor, I think ever since the mayor of Kauai started doing it, now you look at Lieutenant Governor Josh Green, his Instagram is blowing up. I mean, they're seeing social media being the way to go. So Microsoft Bing.
I'd really like to see Ige or Mayor Caldwell with a TikTok video.
I just want to see Ige actually like lip sync some Muppet stuff.
Lip sync. He can do original audio, baby. He's like, Kermit the Frog here. We're going to shut down the island.
That was good.
Oh, Piggy. He does that thing like this. Piggy got that wow. Piggy got that wireless access protocol. Oink, oink, baby.
This show is going to be titled The Drunk James Episode.
I'm not even drunk. It's just...
Good night, brain.
I've had some Sprite. It's starting to settle them down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to make like Governor Ige and the Muppets and moving right along. I was holding on to that for like 2 minutes. It didn't come out as I was hoping. Moving along. The Surgeon General. Surgeon General. That's too many generals. The Surgeon General, Jerome Adams, was here in Hawaii, and he was cited for violating Hawaii's coronavirus policies. He one of our parks were closed, and he was there illegal. Well, he claims that they didn't know the park was closed. He was here to help with the coronavirus or help testing.
The rapid testing
of the coronavirus for the locals. And I figured he would know that things would shut down and maybe not go sightseeing. Or he was like, see these stars, son? Yes, they don't give these stripes to nobody, officer. I'm the Surgeon General, but salute me and take picture because I'm tired of taking these selfies. Surgeon General.
What do I look like? Some surgeon lieutenant?
You must have me confused with Surgeon Sergeant. I'm Surgeon General.
Isn't it one of the first things, like, when you come to Hawaii, you're talking to the governor, you're talking to the mayor, like, so, what's closed around here?
Yeah.
And nowhere in that did it said the parks.
True. Oh, no, he probably asked, maybe he was talking to the mayor, and he was like, hey, Mayor, Surgeon General here. What's closed? And the mayor's like, well, it's just the bars, because I hate those bars. Close the bars.
So there was an argument, I saw it on Twitter, that, for the most part, we're like, hey, you broke the law or you broke the rules, you got to deal with it. And there's some other people who are like, well, this guy helped us with the rapid testing. We should just forgive him and, stop embarrassing ourselves by pointing this out.
Stop embarrassing ourselves by enforcing the law.
I think I kind of got that. I got everything from he helped us with the rapid testing. I'm like, yes, he did. He came down, make sure it was going well. Yeah, okay. Then it was like, stop embarrassing us. And I'm like, what? Goodbye, brain. Good night. Good night,
they must have took a shot. I think I understand. It's unfortunate. I wouldn't blame the officers for giving him the citation. I mean, they're actually pushed into doing these things. And then, I mean, local police officers don't, I would say majority of them don't want to give out citations. Majority of them, I would say. I feel confident about saying that. But there's people complaining like, oh, I seen people here. So when complaints come down, they're forced to do their job, which is write the citation. I mean,
and at the time they were being encouraged to give out more citations and warnings, and
they gave out a ton. So they're just doing what they're told. The chain of command, told them to do. But I want to know, so if he's just a Surgeon General just wearing regular clothes, how are they to know that's the Surgeon General? Did he be like, look at these stripes? Or, was he like, did he push, I'm the Surgeon General? That's the real question for me. It's like,
it's entirely possible that he didn't point out, I am the Surgeon General. I came here to help your state. Like he might have just been like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here? Shit, I didn't know that. Oh, you're going to give me a ticket? Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe he just took the ticket and just said, I broke the law. I'll pay for my fine and I'll move along. I mean, obviously there was no struggle. There was no beef. I haven't heard anything negative from him in response to this. Like if he came out and say, man, fuck Hawaii, man. He gave me a ticket after I helped them close down the tunnel so that they can do extra testing. I brought tests, Hawaii. I brought tests.
You gonna ticket me for looking at the sunset?
With my boyfriend, or my friend, my boy.
Well, the article does say
multiple boys.
Yeah, the article says 2 other males standing, looking, view, taking pictures. And then when he was confronted, he said he didn't know the parks were closed per the citation. But then 2 days later, he's on the news with the Mayor Caldwell talking about how the parks and beaches are closed.
Well, I mean, that's 2 days later. He'd learned.
Or maybe he's in the back going, yes, they are closed. I know firsthand. Them joints is closed. Or Mayor talking
nice
about
if someone told me earlier.
He's ever talking about a Surgeon General in the back of the mayor, like, how do you sign? I'm very uncomfortable right now.
What if he was in the park taking pictures in his uniform? And he's like,
that's possible.
You think so?
Like if he went there like right after something.
And he's taking pictures.
I don't think so. I mean, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. But I don't know, because I think the HPD would have saw the uniform, maybe informed,
Mm-hmm.
and then, okay, let's go. Get out of here,
Or
guys.
what if he did? What if he did wear it, and it was just one of those episodes of "I wish a motherfucker would" gone wrong.
Wait, which side though? Which one? The uniform?
Do you know who I am? I wish you would give me a ticket. I wish. Look at this. Look at this. As I point in the audio podcast to my stripes on my shoulder.
They don't give stars to any bozo, buddy. This is 4 stars and a scalpel. Surgeon General. Which means generally I'm a surgeon.
You know what? Every time you dig into your pack of cigarettes and you read that label,
Yes.
that's me. That's me.
I'm warning you. And I'm warning you now. Don't you dare give me that ticket.
Because the Surgeon General advises you to shove that ticket up your ass, buddy.
You look at this face, buddy. It will give you cancer. Pregnant women don't want none of this.
Pregnant women can't even touch this. They cannot handle any of these here because it will affect the baby.
This
Surgeon
right here,
General.
hazardous to your health.
The Surgeon General is Randy Macho Man Savage. Because the cream rises to the top.
Oh yeah, snap it to the Surgeon General.
Yeah. I will give you heart disease. You mess with me, I may complicate your pregnancy. So why don't you take that ticket and get out of here?
Just get out of here, buddy.
Alas, the cops did not get out of there.
And leave me and my friends, Trevor and Lance, to our vices here at the Kulalua Ranch Park. What's happening?
I don't know what's happening in this episode. It's wild. Yeah.
Hey, but ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for listening. There's one thing I want to say from the guys with issues. We joke around a lot. Shoot, tonight or this episode, you can see
We
talk
joked around a lot.
We do a lot of trash talking. We play around a lot, but we actually care. We care about each other. We care about you. One thing we don't like is bullying. If you are being bullied or see someone being bullied, please tell someone. Maybe if you're in school, tell the teacher or someone that works on the staff. Or if you see it in public, call somebody, call the police. That person could use some help. We're not telling you to put your life on the line or put yourself in danger, but try something to help them out. Generally, what we're saying is when you're out and about, a smile, a hello goes a long way. And especially times like this during the pandemic where people are put in a place of depression and are lonely, just something like saying hello, that could actually change that person's mind of hurting themselves. If you know of someone who might want to hurt themselves, give them this number. This is the National Suicide Hotline. It's 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK or 1-800-784-2433. That's 1-800-SUICIDE. Because, if you were to, commit suicide, that's it. There's no more chapter to your life. And trust me, someone does love you. We love you. If you guys would like to, man, hit us up. Find us on social media. We're all over the place. Instagram, Facebook. You can start by going to the Guys with Issues. Follow, share. And then if you want to talk to either myself, Russell, or Chad, you can get us through there. And even our personal pages, Instagram, Twitter. Hit us up. we love to hear you share any thoughts that you have on some of the topics that we talk about, or any feedback about the episode. If you didn't like my 49ers beanie, let me know. We're cool with it. Thank you guys for listening to the episode. We love you guys very much. My name is James Mane. As always, I am with Russell Kealoha.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, brain.
And Chad Wago.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. God bless you. Stay safe. Be kind to one another. Good night.
And vote.
Vote.
Vote.